The transfer window has just opened and the club have already secured 4 deals and are in discussions for a further 3 as this Rangers rebuild really heats up. In today's video though, we're going to take a look at why one Rangers expert thinks the club have made a big mistake, whilst going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Serbian Champions League qualified team FK TSC's president has declared he is desperate to be drawn against Rangers in their first ever Champions League campaign. Rangers will go into the third qualifying round of the competition, and little known Serbian side FK TSC are one of the opponents who could face Michael Beale's side, who are seeded. The tiny club from Bačka Topola, with a 4,500 stadium, stunned Serbian football this season by finishing ahead of Partizan Belgrade in second spot. They were languishing in the Serbian second tier just a couple of years ago, and are now set for their first ever Champions League campaign and only their second ever European adventure. The club's president, Janos Sembreri, is desperate for a trip to Ibrox. He said, "If I can choose my dream opponents in the draw, it would be to play against Rangers. My good friend Gordon Petrick used to play there, and I like everything that Rangers stand for and the values they have. I'm a fan of the club, and Glasgow is a nice city. Rangers are stronger than Marseille, PSV Eindhoven or Braga, who we could also play. But with a few reinforcements and the motivation we have, I'm confident we have a chance. And let's not forget Celtic have faltered many times at this stage of the competition, so who knows, maybe we can create a surprise. Look, we have a budget that's 10 times smaller than Red Star Belgrade and 5 times smaller than Partizan Belgrade, so we are used to playing teams for far greater budget than us. So all our potential rivals will be bigger and have tradition and experience on their side, but we won't give up against anyone." Just a quick one guys, we have got Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. Rangers shouldn't have pulled their B team from the Lowland League setup, that's according to Alan Hutton. Speaking exclusively to Football Insider, the former Rangers defender Alan Hutton believes the Lowland League is the perfect competition for the youth side to be competing in. On the 14th of June, the Light Blues confirmed that the club won't be entering a B team into the league for next season and beyond. The news comes after the Scottish FA's decision to withdraw a vote on introducing a Conference League at Tier 5 of the National Football Pyramid. The Glasgow side believe there is no suitable governing body-led development structure for young players between 18 and 21 in Scotland, and insisted they are still committed to finding the most challenging and innovative environment for their younger players. Hutton was disappointed by the news and stated the club have made a bad mistake. He said, "I think there's been a lot of pushback against it, and it's probably been the difficult thing for them. I think the idea of the boys playing in the Lowland League, it gets them out there playing football. That is more difficult than playing people at their own age, and they get more experience from it. For whatever reason, a lot of teams don't agree with it, so Rangers have obviously decided to pull back. I can understand why, but the bigger picture I think is good for the younger boys to experience that type of football." Michael Beale has put in hours and collected the air miles in search for reinforcements this summer to build a Rangers squad capable of clinching the Premiership title. Now Sam Lammers must repay his boss in goals and silverware after putting pen to paper on a 4-year deal at Ibrox and becoming the first addition to the attacking arsenal this term. Beale has wasted little time in overhauling the group that finished last season with nothing to show for their efforts. There is, of course, plenty of room for improvement individually and collectively. Lammers arrives in Glasgow with a sizable price tag on his head and lofty demands to meet. He also has questions to answer even before a ball has been kicked. Supporters have been quick to cast doubt over his suitability for the Rangers forward line after a campaign that just saw him score twice in Serie A during unsuccessful loan periods at Empoli and Sampdoria. Such a return will not be accepted now that he is spearheading Beale's side in their pursuit for titles and trophies. The 26-year-old is quick enough and smart enough to acknowledge that himself. He said, "I know for a striker the main target is to score a lot of goals, and I know I can do that also. I'm aware that this is a big part of being a striker, and this is also my goal at Rangers, but I am not a typical striker who is only hanging inside the box for 1 or 2 chances." I want to help the team. I can drop out of the striker position. With my height, you might expect me to be a target man, but that's not what I am. But I'm aware of the fact that I want to score more goals again. I know I have it in me. In periods, I have scored a lot of goals, and in the last couple of years, not so much, even though in the clubs I was at, it was not easy to get a lot of chances. I think the attacking style of Rangers fits me. Of course, Rangers have to win every game, especially in the league, so I think that fits me as a player really well. The numbers may not paint the brightest picture of Lammers, but Bill has clearly seen enough over the last 6 months to convince him the former PSV Eindhoven star can shine at Ibrox. Lammers spent last term fighting relegation in Serie A. Empoli eventually finished 14th, but Sampdoria collected just 19 points and scored just 24 goals from a barren 38-game campaign. The striker finds himself in a very different situation, and the chance to win matches and challenges for titles is one that must bring the best out of the giant striker. He claims, "I think I need to be honest. The last time I had it was when I was at PSV when we were fighting for the title. It was a good experience to win it one time. But this pressure is different. We have to win every game. Of course, at every team I've been at, you try to win every game, but the pressure for the club at the lower end of the table are different. As a top athlete, this is the best you can get. That you have to win every game and you can fight for the top places, and that is what we are going to do this year." The deals for Kieran Dow, Dujon Sterling and Jack Butland are all Bosman switches, but the move for Lammers has seen Rangers outlay more than £3 million to sign the striker from Atalanta. It's a significant investment for Bill. His faith in Lammers has been long-standing, and the Dutchman has never doubted that he is now at the right club and working for the right manager. From the moment I had my contact with Rangers, and it was with the trainer, I had a good feeling about it. They sold me the club, but of course I knew the history of the club and how big it is. This is known everywhere in the world. I got a presentation about the club and how I could fit into it. For me, the personal side is really important, so I got a good feeling about that and I was really excited. It was a few months ago that I got in contact with Michael. He came over to Italy to see me and explained everything that I had to know about the club and how he saw me fit into the club. From that moment, I've been excited, we've kept in contact, and luckily, things have gone quite smoothly. In the last few years, I've been changing clubs a lot, always on the last day of the transfer period, when the season has already started, but luckily now I could start pre-season here, so I think that is a big plus. It was really big, the first contact from the club with the manager. He took the time to come to Italy for me and many players. I think this personal side of things is really important, and it doesn't happen much in football. This just shows the confidence he has in me and their willingness to get into the club, so that moment I hoped for everything would work out and now I'm here. Rangers fans, what do you make of the B team withdrawing out of the Lowland League, and do you agree with Alan Hutton that it is a big mistake? As I said, let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or going to rscclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.